All right, welcome back to session 61 of Renaissance of the Antiquities. We are back after a couple of week break due to some scheduling issues, but we're here and ready to continue our story. And last we left off with that story, the Acorn Guard and Company finished up some of their things they wish to do in Holden, inadvertently completely uprooting the political structure at the core of the city itself in the process. Only time will tell how that shakes out. But in the meantime, the group has traveled back towards the Copula Sierras, towards the direction of Aracrost. However, this time they sought Crimson Star Sanctum, a bugbear tribe of sorts that was shown to you by your guide and friend as you went through the Combalt. And you were here seeking aid for Nithyan, perhaps, and perhaps other things, as well as something called the Orb of Change for a mage back in Holden Keep, and in exchange for this orb, some magical supplies will be able to be created for your needs. However, upon arriving here at Crimson Star Sanctum, you all encountered and came across not what you were expecting of a bugbear village. It was this enclave tucked away in the hills and caverns themselves of the mountains. A well-hidden sanctum where bugbears seem to be working around some sort of large, massive keg of ale that has this golden, shimmering hue and light to it that is pouring out so rapidly and seemingly infinitely from this keg that it fills an entire basin in the center of a tavern in the cave and even stretches out to a river that dissipates further into the caverns. You met with a number of bugbears, and upon explaining to them that you are here at Jarius' behest, and with them somewhat expecting you, you were allowed entrance into this secluded little community. You were escorted through a number of chambers to this central tavern section itself, where you were given a variety of different and strange bugbear to perhaps procure services from: alcohol, food, wine, even a merchant of sorts that approached you while you were there. However, while you were all sort of getting a sense of your surroundings, you were waiting for a meeting with the Star Shaman. And you were granted that meeting with Star Shaman Zuth in some other chamber nearby that was filled with purplish mushrooms with white dots, a glowing pool of liquid in the center of the room that was somewhat akin to the golden waters of the beer, but with something else shifted within. A concoction was brewed up for 4 of you, and you all were warned of the dangers of the dreamscape. And with that, you all drank your tonics, and within a matter of minutes, all found yourselves falling to sleep and bedding down in the mushrooms around you. As the last sensations of the soft, squishy ground that you lay your head upon fade, all sort of goes black, and some unknown amount of time may have passed. And then you all begin to awaken. You find yourselves looking around, sitting up, you find yourself in the cavern still. Although there's this strange fog that hangs in the air, slightly different from the mustiness that the room had before. There's a bit of wobbliness to things that you see around you. And all is quiet, save for your companions waking up around you.
Well, so much for that working. I guess there's one way to tell. Nithu, could you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
This is
interesting.
Very odd sensation. That's what you sound like, huh? Slightly different than in your dream. I think you glorify yourself in your dream when I'm with you.
I suppose.
This is not the same as dreaming with the individual. It's slightly different. It's like somebody else is in control of the dream.
Interesting.
How does Fizz feel at being complimented by Nithirn?
Did she compliment me?
No, I didn't.
Not quite a compliment. More so pointing out the fact that you perhaps boast yourself up a bit. Compliment was perhaps the wrong choice.
I'm sorry, I made that up on the fly, but I figured that's something Fizz would do in a dream he controls. Versus a dream 100%. He doesn't control. All right, so I 100%. Made that up on the fly.
No, that's good. I'm feeling a little bit insulted.
He has noticed.
What do you mean I'm not?
Fizz looks a bit 6 inches shorter next time you look at him. He's feeling a little insecure, and that seems to be taking a physical representation in this space.
That's interesting too.
Well,
how about you, Mowgli? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling okay. It's strange, but okay.
Wait, what language are we speaking?
I'm speaking common.
Navarre, I forgot. Did you say that we would look different as well?
You could.
If that's something you choose, to a small degree.
Did you read what
this
I wrote
is?
So
it's been a while, a little bit since I've looked at it. Let me refresh. Yeah.
It's under the dream realm. I envision myself as I am now, and then there's a however.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So Nithirn, you see yourself as yourself, but everybody else, you see Nithirn as a Vith.
Slightly shorter, smaller ears, golden hair. But oddly, I would say still in my same outfit.
And since
how much shorter?
About a foot
shorter.
So you're still extremely tall, then.
Oh yeah, still Vith are still tall.
You look more like your old self, Nithirn. Here, it's interesting. Like you're the when
Not to me.
yeah. Weird. Very weird.
Huh.
Now, if anyone looked over at Tyween,
Yeah,
he'd
that's
be
where I was going.
wearing completely different armor.
Oh.
His armor being more sleek and elven-like, as
Ooh.
this would be what he would wear when he was part of his tribe.
But you're wearing the original armor?
I'm wearing the armor that he wore when he was part of his tribe.
Okay, right there,
That
that
was-
one.
No, that was not.
Mm-mm.
That was the armor he wore when he first met you guys. He's wearing like very nice, like full plate, like elven armor. Like he was
Very
the bodyguard of the tribe's leadsman before he
very
was
fine.
banished.
Very fine armor. I mean,
Elven, best craftsman.
Can you speak in your native tongue?
That's something to note here. Taween, as you were speaking, you speak in Elven, as that is your most natural tongue, but everybody else can hear it, whether they speak Elven or not. There's a language
Excellent.
crossing happening here.
Dream language.
Don't you think it's odd we're so focused on how we look? I find that odd.
As Mowgli says that, you all look to him and realize even he himself looks different. Many of his troll-like features are much less present. His skin is much less green and more of a tannish color. There's still bits of green poking here and there. His long, thuggish, gangly form is a bit more put together. You can still tell he's got the troll blood in him, but it looks more like if you were to think of a half-elf, but with that
So
troll
it's pretty much
slant.
what I look like now, right?
Interesting. Well, you look very different.
I think
One
the visual is the first thing to notice, but we must
And one
be
mental thing-
somewhere. Go ahead.
Sorry. One
You
mental
go.
thing from Mowgli. Your ability to think in this space is much less hindered than in the real world. The shades of your true self are much more prevalent here.
Interesting. I mean, unfortunately, Fizz, other than I guess appearing slightly shorter right now, due to being a little insecure, does not look that much different, with perhaps one exception. For some reason, you noticed he always seems to have two shadows rather than one.
All right. If I know I'll say let me see. I'll see if I notice it. I'm not sure I notice it yet, but I'll say something when I do.
Okay.
Because I don't know what the lighting is in here.
I will say
It's-
it doesn't matter what the lighting.
It's a little dim, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now that we're here, what are we supposed to do?
Hi, that's a good question. I mean, shall we take a look around? Is there anything else further into this cave, or do we try going back? I guess it's just more of the same, more mushrooms. It looks like unless we want to go swimming, the only way out is back the way we came.
The water's running, right?
The water is running. And
Ah, that's
aside from the mist, everything in the room looks more or less like it did just a moment ago when you were awake.
that's what water running sounds like. That's beautiful. It's almost like a song of its own. Fizz,
Yes.
your music. What's your real music sound like?
Well, I can play something for you if you wish. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is not all about me. All of us.
I certainly
I'm just
don't.
really amazed at the way each of you sound. And Mowgli, you look so different. And you sound different too.
That was a really bad roll.
Still pretty good.
Any particular sort of tune that you're going for here, Fizz? A theme, a melody? What's the emotion, the atmosphere you're trying to portray?
We're chilling. Maybe not quite to the point of being like a lullaby, but a soft, gentle tune. Something that pairs nicely with the sound of a bubbling creek.
I would like everybody to make will saves.
That's the thing that I suck at, I think. Or is it the thing?
It's unfortunate for you. You are a
That's
bard.
the-
Your base save should be decent.
I can't get my bar.
Yeah,
Navarre.
my base save's pretty good for what.
You can either go to the journal tab on the top right and then go through the folders to find your party, or you can click on your token, hold shift, and then double left click it.
Forgot that I have Iron Will.
Mine sucks.
I was wondering why I had a +3.
But that's an okay roll.
Shift double click.
Yep.
I have a will save of 1.
Mine depends on what. Yeah, my will save's horrible unless it's something specific.
10.
I have a fort save of fucking 10.
Will of 10. Reflex of 11. My mind is focused. Into which mind do we go first?
Are you waiting on Mowgli?
Yeah.
Do you find it?
Yeah, I can't. I shift double click. Nothing.
Okay, in the top right, then go to the journal tab, which is the one that looks like a little newspaper, and then there's the Acorn Guard folder with that plus sign. Make sure that's dropped down, and then PCs, and then you'll see Mowgli, and you should just be able to click on that, and it should also open your sheet.
Okay.
Cool.
Loading. Sorry.
No worries. It's been a couple weeks.
So character sheet, and I go to where?
Will saving throw, I believe it's in the core section, or is it defenses? I don't use the tabs like you guys do.
Defenses.
Okay.
You go to the defensive tab.
Where's defense tab?
So did you open up your character sheet? So if you're on the bio info tab, you won't see anything. you need to go to the tab that says character sheet. And
Yeah,
then
I'm
you'll
on character
see.
sheet.
Okay. So if you scroll down a little bit, if you have buffs open, you might have to scroll a little bit farther down. You'll see like a black tab selected.
Defenses.
Yeah, defenses, and then
Okay.
it's the first three, like the first section there is saving throws.
So which one?
Will. Warning,
Beautiful.
Will Robinson. Warning.
One moment. So Fizz begins to play this beautiful melody, and you all begin to get into it. That is entrancing when Fizz plays, especially for you, Nithirn, having never actually heard him play before.
Hmm.
Nithirn, you close your eyes, and you're just kind of swaying with the music in this beautiful dance. And then, Fizz, you stop playing. And when your song ends, Nithirn, you go to open your eyes, but they will not open. Physically.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Something happened. I can't see.
I mean, are her eyes actually opening, or
No, they're just shut like
no?
this.
Well, that's
And she's saying she can't
that's because
see.
your eyelids are just shut. Just open up your eyelids.
They won't open.
Well, I mean, it's not like I glued them shut. Maybe you just gotta believe that your eyes will open. Who knows in a place like this?
I kneel down, like into a kneeling crouch position. This is worse.
Worse than being deaf, I'd imagine so.
This is
go
even
on without me.
stranger to you, Nithirn, as normally you can't hear at all, so all these sounds are overwhelming and new to you to begin with.
Well, I mean, we're not just gonna leave you here, Nithirn. Who knows what is lurking in the shadows? We could, I don't know, maybe splashing some water on your eyes will help. I don't know. I'll scoop up some water in my hands and throw it at Nithirn's face, I guess.
And she kind of reacts out at you like that. Swish that at you.
Fizz,
Okay.
roll a will save.
Possessed water. Same roll.
You splash the water at Nithirn's face. Nithirn, as the water coats over your eyes, they begin to open slightly. But there's a pain, there's a weariness to your sight.
I'll put my hands over my eyes and just start flooding water over it.
You can see
Consistently.
enough to get around, but you're still it's a little bit foggier than before.
I'll try to do a heal on myself.
A cure light.
Yep.
The positive energy flows. Now, it's interesting when you call upon your connection to nature in this way. Normally, when Nithirn uses Cure Light Wounds, I believe the way that you have described it before is it's like little static electricity that kind of sparks over the wounds and they close.
Yep.
That is still present. However, there's this glow of white light that sort of enwraps her arm and flows down and out through the electricity. A piece of the spell normally unseen. You can see the flow of the energy. It doesn't seem to change the clouded sight, however. But you can still see.
All right, let's find out what we're supposed to do here. Something's happening.
Yes. We should stick close to each other.
Yes, who knows what crazy things might happen here. I've never heard of somebody not being able to just open up their eyes. It's weird. Mowgli, are you coming along? Maybe Tyween, you're the one who's heavily armored. You should probably
Yes.
advance forward.
I'm waiting for everyone to join up, like I said.
Mowgli, come on.
I'm here.
All right.
Normally you're running ahead.
Oh,
Whoa.
There he goes.
I don't know why he went to the wall.
There must be some food in that crevice.
shit.
Don't eat the mushroom, Mowgli.
Yeah, that's probably not the best idea.
Well,
I
the
have a
lights-
different mouse, and it's
Oh.
I don't know how to use this mouse. Sorry.
I see. You can use your arrow keys to move around.
If your token is selected.
If your token is selected. Yeah.
As you all begin to sort of gather over here by the entrance to this chamber, you see the tunnels. Though the torches and the lights in them, while they look like fully lit torches and lanterns, there is this strange lack of light that they give off. Like they themselves emanate light, but it's almost as if it has a hard time reaching its surroundings. And so there's this sort of dimness to the tunnels, though still seeable.
Interesting.
Yes. Which way are we going?
Are we
Back the
still?
way we came?
Are we still in those tunnels?
I mean, it looks like it, as far as I can tell. I don't see. Wasn't there a guard out here, though?
I have a feeling only the people that were in that room are going to
I think
be
there are stairs up here.
world.
Yeah,
However-
Mowgli's.
Or this world is that we're now in.
Well, do we want to go back to like that tavern and see if it's?
This chamber to the west, you see it leads some distance, and there are a number of shelves of rock with some stuff on top of the shelves. To the north, it goes down 10 feet into this pit. There's a pillar in the pit, and you see another ladder on the opposite side leading out of the pit. Though no tools, no wheelbarrows, no bugbears, no sign of anything else. Not even the echoes in the chambers. Only the sound of rushing water from various directions.
I'm gonna swoop down and pick up a stone and try to just throw it over by Mowgli to see if it makes like a sound or
You throw it, clatters against the sound of rocks. Seems normal.
There's something that leads deep down over here, I believe.
yeah.
Or up.
Mowgli, as you stepped a little into this chamber, you could see some of them on the shelves here. They look like little nests. You see very large spotted eggs.
Hmm. Do I
Oh,
recognize said eggs?
How high up is that shelf?
This higher shelf is about 10 feet up, though there are smaller little nooks here in this side wall that have more little nests and eggs as well. Fizz, you're not quite sure what sort of animal produces these eggs. Likely some sort of bird, by the type of the nest. Though, given that it's in a cave, perhaps either not flightless or perhaps the bugbears are keeping something here. Though, in this dream realm state, there you see no birds or creatures. And actually, Fizz, as you're paying a little more close attention to the eggs, you notice there are small little... It's like the shell almost has a light within it. And if you had like a thin piece of paper and you had movement on one side and there was light shining so you could only really see the movement but no details, there's that sort of visual happening.
Interesting. Well, they're not hobgoblin eggs. I don't think, lay eggs. Interesting.
Would you like to roll a different knowledge nature for bugbear reproductive information?
No, I'm pretty confident that they don't lay eggs.
All right.
They're more mammal-y looking. What would lay eggs in a cave?
Why do you think it's not them?
Uh,
eggs.
well, I think it's their eggs. I just don't think it's a hobgoblin egg. I think it's for some other creature, maybe a bird or something.
Aren't we in a bugbear cave?
Yeah.
Aren't they got feathers?
No. They're more like bearish, hence the name bugbear.
And when you had the vision, you had feathers on your eyes?
Yes, but that was because of the owlbears.
Ah, okay, these are different. Okay.
Yes, not that was the owlbear potion,
Okay.
not the bugbear potion. I don't think.
I don't know any of this stuff. I was just checking.
Yeah.
Wait, you were drinking potions, you didn't know what they did.
Well, I mean, Raul highly recommend.
I would not accept a thing that man says.
Well, it certainly helped my vision out for about a month. Did wear off though.
Lead
Sure.
on. This seems like we're wandering around. I guess we should have asked for instructions.
She was. The shaman seemed a little cryptic. I don't know that the instructions would have been helpful.
Alright, well. Hang on, I'm just trying to keep a close eye on you, Fizz, because I can't see very far.
Okay, where did Mowgli go?
Across the
Ran off
bridge.
that way.
Across the bridge. Okay. Well, I mean, I haven't heard any screams, so that's Mowgli. Don't run so far ahead. We can only see so far. We don't have Raoul with us. Yeah. I mean, this looks like the entrance. It looks empty. Looks empty.
Indeed. As you guys begin to approach the entrance of what was the tavern in the waking realm, you see it is empty. And furthermore than that, the atmosphere is quite a bit different in here. It is not a golden pool of running water, but it is this weed-choked, fetid, funky smelling liquid. It almost looks thicker, like molasses. It bubbles and churns slowly. With each pop, you see a bit of smoke or gas of some sort, a yellowish hue sort of rise from it and dissipate into the air. The walls themselves are covered in long, thick, thorny vines that all seem to be emanating from the giant cask itself and sort of spiral and sprawl outward up along floors, ceilings, and walls like an explosion from it. There's no food on any of the tables. The candles are unlit. And there's the strong smell of sulfur as you breach the entrance of the room.
Well,
Cask must be destroyed, I believe.
we could certainly do that. Do we actually have to destroy the casket, though? We are in a dreamscape. Could we not just imagine the casket on fire? Destroying itself? Bursting into flames?
Does it work that way?
I
I don't know. I'm trying real hard. I'm thinking. Doesn't seem to be working, though. Hmm.
I wonder if the thing that we came here to find in the first place still shows up in the dream.
I don't know.
That room we passed?
You're talking about the crystal?
I don't know. This is all different than anything I've experienced before. I mean, it's similar, but it's different.
That lizard, Raoul, talked about crystal in one of the rooms he was interested in. Wonder what that's like in here.
I was back this way, I think.
As you're all turning to figure out which direction that cavern was, Mowgli, make a will save.
Sorry.
No worries.
Be on the character sheet, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Character sheet tab, and then within that tab, the defenses one.
Okay. This mouse.
Take it back.
All right, I got it. Sorry.
Defective. Take it back.
All right, did it go?
I
Nope.
don't see it in the chat log yet.
That could be roll 20.
It very well could be roll 20.
But try clicking the button again.
Even if you press it a few times, it's okay if multiple. Oh,
Or it
and he's
could be
dead.
him. He found the disconnect button.
It's probably me.
The disconnect button. Control Alt Delete. We didn't say hit Control Alt Delete.
I don't think he even has a control button.
Hold on, I'm
I
reloading.
know. This is a joke.
Yeah, no worries.
He got an apple.
Command Alt Delete.
Right. Command Alt Delete.
Yeah,
It still
command.
doesn't reboot yet.
Which, in my mind, the idea of the key being called command key makes a lot more sense than control.
Defenses will save. I should be coming up here. Character sheet. Defenses will save. Okay.
There.
It is.
Oh boy.
Mowgli, you happen to catch the sight of a very plump turkey on this table. It is even steaming with heat.
All right. So Yep. Okay. This is nice.
So, as you guys were talking about which tunnel was the crystal in and such, and turning to look, you glance back, Taween likely, as Taween's often more vigilant and in the back, and you see that Mowgli's entered into that large chamber ahead of you, although he's moved around the corner from you.
I guarantee you I don't see it.
I catch it.
The big one's moving.
So let me correct what you're thinking, Mark. It's not quite you can't see but like 5 feet in front of your face. It's more like if you were out in a field in the morning and it was super foggy, you can still see like 50, 30, 60 feet away. It's just the further you go, the more fog you're looking through, it feels like.
Oh, all right. So I should not be clicking the blinded button then.
No, you're not. Mechanically, don't worry about anything yet.
Okay.
Mowgli, the big one's moving.
It's more for atmosphere.
Mowgli, what are you doing? I wouldn't trust any of that food. Mowgli?
We're also like in a dream world. We don't need to eat.
Yeah.
Mowgli, you were
mean-
starving.
I don't know that he knows that, Tyween. Please don't eat whatever that is that you're holding.
As they are
Can't
approaching
wait.
you and calling out to you, Mowgli, do you eat it? Or whatever you were about to say.
With great restraint, he holds off for a short period of time.
What do I see on the table?
Nithirn, you see what looks to be the rotted carcass of a dead bird. Worms wriggling out of it. It smells putrid and looks awful. As Mowgli holds it in his hands,
I'm going to
he
kick it out of his
resists.
hand.
Okay.
Or try to snatch and a kick or whatever. But not damaging him, of course. I'm not trying to damage him at all.
Yeah.
This stunning strike will make him drop it.
Well, we're not there yet. Going for the food first.
Okay.
I guess the question becomes, Mowgli, are you resisting this kick, or because you're already contemplating not eating it, does it sort of take you by surprise and get kicked
I
out
would
of your
say
hand?
he's passive and going with the flow of the situation, knowing it's unusual circumstances.
Okay. Nithyan kicks the food out of his hand, hits the side of the table, plops into the liquid, sits on the surface for a good 5 seconds before it starts to sink in. As it begins to sink in, you almost see like bubbling and frothing around its edges, like an acid might when it's eating away at something.
Don't know what you saw, Mowgli, but that was putrid.
Dreams are tricksing us.
It seems
Yep.
so.
Seems like we shouldn't trust anything in here.
But each other.
Even that might be a risk.
What do you mean?
How do we know we are who we say we are?
Well,
Also, I don't.
I know I'm me.
Also, I don't.
Fizz,
But I
make a will
know
save.
Who?
Fizz.
Fizz.
This.
Also, I don't trust you in general, Fizz.
Okay. You're good. For now.
I need to start rolling higher up and will say it.
So I was setting my perception for a shadow at 15, if you're good with that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What's that? And I pointed at the shadow.
What do you mean? It's the shadow. It's probably just. I mean, there's weird. I guess there's not multiple candles here, but it's. I'm sure it's just light bouncing around or something.
Or was that the other guy that I saw in your dream the other day?
You saw somebody else?
We didn't get a chance to talk about it yet. I was still thinking, but yes. There's you and there's something else within you.
Hmm.
That's one reason why I thought you needed to come here. To confront yourself.
Fizz, will save. You're on rocky ground, but you're okay. Mowgli, you also notice the double shadow that Fizz has.
I
Unless you were
mean,
looking for something different with that.
It was overall observation.
Okay.
Do you even know about it, Fizz?
no way.
The other guy.
I mean, I don't remember
Or are you the other guy? And where's
talking.
Fizz?
I don't remember talking to you in the dream yesterday. It was just dark.
Well, I'm not sure always. I'm never sure, always certain what you're up to. But remember when I asked you whether or not this was your choice or not? Some of the decisions you've been making?
Vaguely, haven't you said that to me a bunch of times?
Just recently.
Hmm.
I mean, you've always had Fizz's way of doing things, but this is different than even you. Things that you've done recently.
Well, well,
I. Good.
I was just gonna say I suppose things are probably just perhaps progressing. I'm not sure. I'm trying to do better. I certainly know that I'm me, though. Like, there's definitely me.
Okay.
But there's been some weird stuff going on. Not sure.
Well, I'm just worried about you.
Let's keep moving.
I agree.
Learn our surroundings better.
I think we
Can
should
we
go to that
learn-
place of magic. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can we learn our surroundings, though? Yes, I think we should go to the crystals as well.
Come on,
Or
Mowgli.
crystal.
That's not food.
Yeah. That's not food, Mowgli. How do we know that you're Tyween, though, and leading us down a correct and friendly path? I suppose no paths are friendly right now.
What do you want me to say or do? I could stab you and call you
Please
fucking
don't
human.
stab. Please don't stab me.
If I stab you and call you a fucking human, does that prove that I still hate you?
I mean,
That's Taween.
is that Tyween or is that me projecting Tyween onto nothing?
Oh no, that's him. And Nithyarn laughs. Kind of a giggly laugh.
Not heard you laugh before.
What?
That's definitely a laugh.
Did you just laugh? Mowgli,
I guess-
where are you going? We should perhaps stick together. Mowgli?
Did he lose? Did he find some food again?
Mowgli?
I
Oh, okay.
He found food again.
Shot out of my vision and okay. Come on, Mowgli. We're going this way towards that strange crystal that we saw as we came in. Maybe it can do something. Who knows?
Well, they didn't want us there, I don't think, before, so this might be a good way to get there.
Yep. Tyween,
Taween, you should lead.
Yes, I'm leading.
From behind?
Yes, from behind.
Alright.
leading in reverse, Mowgli.
He says as he's in front.
It looks like more of this molasses-looking water.
Ew. Gross.
I think we came this way.
I don't remember this cave at all.
I remember us going this way. Then it was down to the south after this.
Yeah, down here.
Down here.
As you guys round the corner and catch sight of this cluster of crystals, they have a sharpness and a vividness here, unlike the rest of the sort of foggy surroundings. It is like everything else is in a lower quality, but these are HD. Their edges themselves seem more defined, and there are these small little wispy black tendrils that seem to move of their own volition, like tentacles that just sort of dance a foot long as they protrude from various spots. They'll whip and wave and dissipate, and another one will sort of sprout and whip and wave.
And they're black, you said?
Like a shadowy blackness.
out of interest, I'm gonna lean down and concentrate. 120 foot out.
You feel the vibrations of your own footsteps. You feel the river, but nothing else kind of picks up anything.
It would have been nice to have Raul here for this, I guess.
Why?
He'd be super excited to see these things. He loves these crystals.
He at least understands it.
Don't
Maybe
the
it'd
dwarves make their money from it or something?
I think the spent ones, yeah.
Fizz, fortitude save as you climb up onto the
Fortitude.
ledge.
That's what I'm bad at.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Fizz, the tendrils begin to lick out across the ground. This whole shelf, it seems, is privy to their reach. So they sort of lick out, dancing across, and start to grab at your ankles and sort of spiral up your legs. You take 1 point of wisdom, intelligence, and charisma damage.
Does anybody notice this? Or only he see
It's
it?
other than the tendrils themselves licking up his legs for a moment. You don't see anything else. It's of something mentally declining him.
I'm going to attempt to backpedal.
Yeah, and as you back away, the tendrils kind of lose their hold.
Oh, those things did not make good. Made me feel bad.
What happened?
It was not good. I don't know. It hurt my mind.
It hurt your
Hurt my head.
mind. Do you think there's something to the crystal?
Seems the most real thing that we have found here so far. But you say you got close and it hurt you?
Yep. Not make me feel good.
You think someone else should try?
What do we do it?
Do we need it? What were we looking for in here?
Answers. What happened to Mowgli? What happened to me? What's happening to Fizz? Probably what's happening to you, Raul. Although I seem to think we got you figured out.
I'm pretty sure what's happening to me is something else.
Is it Raul or Tatooine?
I'm
This
sorry.
is Tywin.
Taween. Sorry. Your name was Raul. I just read it.
No.
Sorry.
I could change that.
And his icon doesn't have Tywin underneath it. The other ones do.
I mean, weren't we here? Weren't we here to get something?
Answers.
Yeah.
I thought it was more than answers. Okay.
Navarre, remind us as players, not characters. What were we told?
As players, you have a couple of reasons for being here as a party. Firstly, you are here to potentially investigate the Orb of Change and decide whether or not that's something worth or able to be brought back for the wizard in order to get your scrolls. The Dream Realm, you are specifically here at the behest of Star Shaman Zuth to not only aid in recovering something from here, from some creature that walks in the Dream Realm, should they come after you. Other than that, Zuth was fairly vague as to how or why you might find your answers, but that they may or may not be here. It certainly was a mix of, yes, you can do this if you do this for me, and she seemed more concerned about what she was getting out of it and less concerned about how this might help you.
We need to get out.
Pretty foggy in here for a cave.
We need to get out right now.
Where are we going?
Get out where?
Out.
Out of here? Sure, we can leave the room.
No. Out of the dream.
I don't know how to do that.
Mowgli, the room
What do you
feels
mean,
about
Mowgli?
as half as big to you as it did a moment ago. Like it's closing in around you.
Who? Sorry?
Mowgli.
Closing in around all of us. We need to get out.
That seems fine to me.
Just come this way, Mowgli. Where's my voice? It's more open over here.
It won't matter. She trapped us. We need to get out.
I mean, what do you mean trapped? We're just in this cave. We came here.
This is a trap. We're not
What do you-
supposed to be here.
Oh, what are you basing that on?
The walls are closing in. There's nothing to find here. There's nothing we're going to gain here. We need to get out. We should not have been here.
I don't know if that's
Okay,
true or
well.
not.
I might be wrong.
I guess we could go back.
I want answers.
Okay.
There's not
Well.
much I ask for myself. But
I don't really
I want
see
answers.
anyone around here that could give you answers.
Mowgli thinks you have the answers.
Do you think I have the answers, or do you think Mithrin has?
Nith.
Yeah. Interesting.
A disclaimer I should have said at the beginning of this session, and hopefully it's becoming a little bit apparent in the gameplay, but I just wanted to say it as well. a lot of this dream realm space is going to revolve around what you guys do and actually say and how you interact with the space around you, less about me prompting you with things, in case you are waiting for prompts. Just wanted to clear that.
There's nothing for us to interact with, so all we have is the visuals.
That's not true. You could have interacted with the pool, you could have interacted with the eggs, you could have interacted with the crystal. You've looked at these things. You've not touched or done anything or investigated any of these things.
I know. I'm fixing to.
Okay.
I'm going to quick move right up to the crystal.
Okay. Give me that fort
And
save
touch it.
for entering its zone. Okay. The tendrils begin to crawl up and try to grasp onto your legs and feet, Mithrian, but your fleet of feet keeps you dancing away from them each time they go to wrap. And you get close enough to the crystals. What do you do?
Hang on. My roll 20 just
Yep.
decided not to show me anything. 26. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, I am going to... It looks like it's... the ice. That's why I asked specifically it was black, right?
Yes.
Black tendrils. I'm going to attempt the... what's the purification thing that I have that's called? I'm going to attempt my boon.
And you did recharge that at one point? Your sparked ability is what you're talking about, right?
There's the ability that we have that basically purges a crystal, correct?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing.
One moment. Okay. Just wanted to go back and visually refine it. You're looking to use Chant of Purity.
I believe so.
Okay. Okay. This does take a little bit of time, so I will say give me 2 fortitude saves for that duration as you attempt to complete the Chant of Purity while the tendrils are still a bit of a threat. Okay, fair enough. You easily kind of shift up the way that you do your Chant of Purity to incorporate some larger spots of movement to avoid these tendrils. You do the chant and you reach out and you touch the grouping of crystals.
My logic is it's the only thing real we've seen so far in my mind. Everything like you said is muted, but this is not muted, and I know enough about dreams to know the difference with all the walking that I do, and so I don't know what else to do. So that's my only thoughts. And yeah, and I would use my dance. I dance around it, which is my maneuvers in order to, like you said. Okay, go ahead.
And currently, how much intention do you have?
My intention is to.
No. I'm not using the word in that way. The intention is a resource.
I'm all in.
I know. How much do you already have? Is what I'm saying.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. When you use Chant of Purity, you gain 1 intention. It's a resource called intention.
Okay.
And that is the resource you guys use when you go to use those are the other blessings. Your boons. These
The bones.
use intention.
Well, it says you gain intention, right?
Correct. Correct. I'm asking you, before you use this ability, did you already have any from before now? You
I
can
did
only
not.
have up to 2. Okay. That was the question. So, you gain 2 intention now, as you can have 1 per 4 character levels. So make sure you have that somewhere that you can keep track of, because now you can use your boon. I guess it depends on how much each thing uses, but you have Aes's, so you have Zalars. So you actually do have a couple of different ways you can use that intention. But you use it, you see a couple of the branches of the crystals fade into a clear color. And less of the tendrils seem to be present. It recedes a little bit more away from this shelf up to this second shelf. Its zone.
Okay. And then I am going to use my ability to get back off my.
Your jump.
Yeah. And
Okay.
back down here. I think that's the answer.
Crystal.
Okay.
Do you see it? Is it a positive effect? A rebalancing of the crystals.
Interesting.
We
Hey,
all
And
can
as a
do it.
note,
Go ahead.
since you are all spark, you all do have this ability. The chant of purity. Just as a reminder.
I'm not
as
sparked.
It hasn't come up much.
Yeah,
you have
are.
chant of purity, Mowgli.
Tywin, where did you buy that armor?
I didn't buy this anywhere. It was
Yeah.
given to me. This is the armor I wore when I was part of my tribe. Why do you ask?
It's just that it looks new.
Okay. Nick, what do you mean the crystal's the answer?
Every time we see a dark crystal, we know that there's something that's distorted about it. Or, I don't know if that's the right word. Corrupted. Why wouldn't that be true here, too, since that's the only real thing we've seen so far?
True.
Are you sure the shaman's gonna be okay with us messing with her stuff, though? Or his stuff? Not
Well,
clear on that.
he seemed to see right through us, didn't he? Was it a he or she?
She.
She saw right through us. She had to know that we come with a spark. And if she didn't, and this is causing balance with the crystals instead of corruption, this is the thing we got to do.
Are there more in here then?
I did what I could. You can see the effect changed. Each of you probably can chant it twice too.
It's worth a try, I guess.
The tendrils try to get to you. So do what you can to prevent them from grabbing a hold of you?
I feel like this is a bad idea. I don't know.
Fizz,
Which
roll
one
will
of you
save.
thinks it's a bad idea?
Huh?
Will save.
I'll say it. Whoa. She teleported down. There we go.
Nice.
Okay. Carry on.
But if you really want to do it, I guess.
There's only so many tendrils. Maybe if everybody goes at once.
Okay. I mean,
Nothing to worry
Okay.
about.
sure.
It's safe up to here.
Is it though?
She walks back up there and no tendrils reach for her feet.
Come
Do
on.
they reach for my feet? That's
Not yet.
okay. Mowgli, come on. I guess we're doing this. Whew. Whew. Whew.
Get on the bus.
Come on, Mowgli.
Coming. Okay.
Mouse your way over. No, not that bar.
Okay.
Oh,
We're going.
he's in. That's a go.
What do
It's
I mean?
alright.
Come on.
It's alright.
It's a go. Go, 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 go.
Okay.
We all
Everybody
run
make 2 fortitude saves. That is
The
stepping
first
in
one?
right now. Yep.
Terrible.
Excellent.
That one's not
'Kay.
that bad. Do I take more?
Okay. Okay.
Oh, God, those are horrible for me.
Both of you are 1 and 1.
So another point of all mental traits.
It's under
yeah.
skills, right?
It is defenses. It's one of the other saving throws.
You
It's
should
right
be
where
really,
like
really good
Will
at it.
was.
Yeah, this should be your best one. You should have like
Probably.
a plus 15.
No, I don't think it's that high.
No,
No, I
plus
know, but it's-
9.
Okay, I knew it was way up there.
Okay, Mowgli is fine on both. So both Taween and Fizz take 4 points of damage to all 3 mentals.
Who needs
Yeah,
mentals?
that was a D6 last time I rolled when I gave you 1 across the board. It rolled 1.
I'm sorry. How many? 4. 4.
Yep.
Who needs mental stats?
Yeah, it's the damaged one though, right? That's the one that heals back regular.
Yeah, damage
5
heals back
days.
one per night. Yes.
Right.
This is not
so
drain.
5 days.
Yeah, 5 days. You're down for 5 for your peak skills.
Because this may affect you 2 casters, keep in mind, if you have 3rd level spells, you must have at least a 13. If you want to cast 2nd level spells, you must have at least a 12. So on and so forth.
Yep.
To cast that level of spell. Just in case it drops you guys
Ye-
below any of those thresholds.
Yep. Yep.
That being said,
Me as a
mind
player,
damage-
don't know that this was for sure the answer, but Nithian was absolutely convinced this was the answer.
all 3 of you gain 2 intention. To make note of that somewhere.
So I think I already had one because I never used my intention from.
Then you only get 1 and go up to a cap of 2. Which means you guys have pulled 2, 4, 6, 7 intention from this crystal. Much of it is clear now. And I don't do this often, but I have to take Taween and Fizz aside for a moment. So, You already knew where I was going to pull you. Excellent. All right. So, Fizz, I've already messaged you a bit on this, although it's about to exacerbate a bit. The two of you no longer have the waking realization that you're in a dream or the dream realm. As far as both of you are concerned, you are awake. Neither of you remember where you are. You might remember the name Crimson Star Sanctum and know what this place locally is, but where it is in relation to anything else of the world, you don't remember. Are you in Duhana? Last you knew, you were in Duhana. Though you don't remember the journey or any sort of time up to getting here. And then feel free to play up a bit more memory loss here and there, perhaps with small details of your backstory or things here and there to kind of represent that loss of intelligence and kind of access to your memories. Perhaps it's a bit muddled or harder for you to remember things. Not everything. It shouldn't be entirely debilitating to you guys moving around and doing what you want to do. But just, stuff that might come naturally to you is perhaps slower, if not at all, because take into consideration you're taking large hits to your common sense, your ability to interact with others, and your ability to remember and think keenly. But aside from generally role-playing lower stats, the important things is that you don't know where you are and you don't know that you're in a dream. That's the important part. Yes, Fizz.
I apologize. I did use my boon, so I took 2 from the...
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions on that? What?
Why is this happening?
What? This
So,
is
A,
a nice crystal.
because your mentals just dropped, and B, because of other stuff, is why it's happening.
I'll say, because all my stuff is just average now, so...
Yeah, that's fine. Role play the stats however you want. I just specifically wanted to say you don't know you're in a dream any longer.
All right.
And feel free to role play that as it comes up.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to say. I'm moving back down. All right. So, as the three of you grab intention from the crystal, the tendrils more or less all halt. They're just tiny little things that are whipping out at you, but can't quite reach any of you yet at this point. This is also when a melody begins to carry itself through the air from... It almost sounds like right at the base of the crystals is where the sound is emanating from, though you see no one or nothing. And the sound is playing for what you are hearing.
Is that you, Nithir?
No, but I hear it. Are you playing music for real, Noir? Because I don't.
Yes, the jukebox has stuff playing.
Okay, I turned it up. No, I don't think I've heard this music before. How much more do we think has to be pulled out of it for it to be completely pure? What's our opinion? Our estimation?
It would likely take much more than what you've done. You've cleared a lot of the top crystals and lots of it is clear, but there's still that core. It's like you're working from the outside in.
Don't think I've ever seen a white and black Astron crystal before.
You've never seen a white before? We've seen white. We've seen clear before.
I've never seen clear and black together though.
I haven't seen many of these crystals at all.
Yeah, they're pretty rare.
Well, so you're saying they're clear and they're what, Navarre? They're clear and white or clear and black or
Clear and black,
black?
although it's
Clear.
mostly the outer shell edges of them that have mostly turned clear. You can still tell that there's a large chunk of the, like a good chunk of the core that is still black.
Do we know enough about our abilities? This is to you, Navarre. To know that if we burnt these, can we just do it again? If we burn the intentions, there's no rules around them. I've been reading, so.
Yeah, no, you could do them again. Normally, what limits you from doing stuff like that in the actual world is the fact that each time you do it, you're burning an entire Astron into clear, and those are very limited to begin with. Because you're in front of a larger source of them, it's you have no experience with it. But
Meaning, if we use our ability to burn intentions, can we go right back at it again and get more intentions?
with another 10 minutes.
Okay.
Sure seems like a pretty strange looking cave. Okay. So what's the plan, Nithirn? What are we doing?
I don't know, but I was hoping more would happen, but this music is something. Perhaps we can find its source.
Its source is right
You
here.
you're looking a little different today. Are you wearing some? Did you borrow my hat or something?
For what?
Well, you look like you do when you're in your dream.
She looks at herself again. Do I still see?
You still look like
myself?
Eladrin. You've always looked Eladrin to yourself in here.
I look and feel the same.
Weird. Well,
I'm gonna approach where the sound is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Try to find the
You hear
exact
it.
center of it.
It's like you're right on top of it, but there's nothing there. No one there. Though you hear this chanting echoing through the chamber from this space.
I don't know. Where are you running off to?
is that Mowgli? Mowgli,
Yeah,
where are you going?
He's still freaked
Wonder
out
if
about this dream.
Wonder if it's bugbears.
Bugbears singing?
Haven't seen any of those.
I'm sure
As
there's
you
somewhere
guys-
in this cave. It is
As you
theirs.
guys are turning to leave, Taween, as I saw it, you were the last one to sort of leave this area. The chanting continues, but Taween, you sort of look back and you see that the blackness is slowly sort of tendrils back into the clear.
Looks like that was a useless effort.
Or the singing is making it black again.
Maybe.
How peculiar. Power of music. I wonder who's singing.
The only ones that were in here were the bugbears, so it's got to be them.
I don't see a bugbear though.
And as the chanting ends, in the distance, echoing through the cavern, you hear...
That's one now.
That was a bugbear
What
or
was
something
that?
else.
Some sort of shrill cry.
What else could it be? We're just in that bugbear's cave.
Those creatures. What direction did it come from?
North. Though, that's subjective. Sort of that tunnel and that tunnel, which doesn't help much because of where you are, but
Maybe they got something locked up inside here.
Mowgli, did that come from that way or this way? Pointing to the north. That sound. You were over here when we heard it.
Should I do a perception?
no, it was the you heard it from behind you, Mowgli, up in that tunnel, but you also heard it in front of you up in that tunnel as well. Generally up. In terms of the map.
Either way.
Where do you think this beer leads off to?
You mean the ooze? It looks like ooze to me. That's pretty weird. A river of ooze.
Well, we were able
Visual-
to. Go ahead.
Visual notation, there is a bridge along the left side of this that is shown here on the map.
We came in this way. So.
Yeah.
It's just beer. We watched the bugbears drink it. It's not ooze.
I mean, it's looking like ooze to me.
What do you think?
Mowgli took off the other direction.
Fucking beer going down the stream. What do you think would happen?
As you guys are getting onto that bridge, Mowgli, how did you go across this river? Any particular way?
Oh, right through the middle.
Did you try and like jump it, swim it, just walk through it?
Did he perceive any danger?
Like the chamber before, it is not the golden beer-like liquid, it is that black, tar-like, bubbling ichor.
Then he
So
would
whatever you
just
decide to make of that.
jump it.
Okay, go ahead and roll an acrobatics. Just barely. You almost lose your footing as your feet land on the very edge, crumbling the backs of your heels, and you see some of the rocks kind of and slowly start to sink into the ichor. Or actually, it's pronounced ichor. But you make it across.
Okay.
I think that depends on if you pronounce it with US pronunciation.
That could be a regional thing too. But when I looked it up in the dictionary, it was ichor when Google said it to me.
Interesting.
So I'm believing Google.
Yes, we must all trust.
My overlord.
Is there a bridge here that's not being shown as well, or am I crazy?
There is not, as it goes sort of into a low-hanging tunnel, and across this bridge is a collapsed section of tunnel, it looks like.
Oh, okay. Across the river. Well, where did Mowgli go?
Let's actually...
Oh no.
I will actually like shout and into the cave back towards Tyween.
Oh no, that
Mowgli.
big one.
You hear the echoes of your name faintly. But roll me a will save. For Mowgli, not Fizz.
Yeah.
I'll save. Hold on. What would be in our skills? No, defenses, right?
Defenses, yep.
Yep. Okay, got it.
Mowgli, you hear your name being called out in the distance, though in this moment, alone in a dim, dark, tight space, you see ahead of you that the tunnels are slightly collapsed. That fear begins to well within you. And the voice of your name is the echoing of your captors from before. They would taunt you, letting you know they were coming as they descended the stairs into the chamber you used to be held. You are not in that chamber now, but you hear them. They're coming.
From which direction? North?
Roughly north. Perhaps south. You're not sure. That is a collapsed rock wall. You find yourself scattering atop.
Can he get through there?
Are you trying?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check. Which will be under core. And strength is one of your main 6 abilities. As you begin furiously digging away and digging, but more begins to just pour from the ceiling. It's an endless cycle of digging. You hear the names. They're getting closer. Mowgli, what are you doing?
I pull back and try to collect myself the best I can under the impossible situation.
Make another will save. This is versus fear. Or, in this moment, would you like to use an intention for who knows what effect? But there is a piece of yourself
Intention.
within you that is welling up. You can feel that power, that sparked power, might be of aid here, or might not.
His intention is to connect with his group.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say intention.
Okay.
Yeah.
You use one of your 2 intention points, succeeding against the fear. You calm yourself, though it is not some sort of thought process that you use to calm yourself. You sort of honed in and felt that warmth that is within you somewhere, and that gave you comfort. And you're okay. You're in the cavern. It is not closing down around you. You hear Fizz's voice echoing down the hall. Mowgli, Mowgli.
Back behind me, or
A little bit ahead of you as well, as that is, they're kind of on the other side of that rock wall for some, that is also a collapsed wall.
Ah. I see. Interesting.
not sure really where I need to go from here.
I will say you did recall that if you went south down this tunnel, you saw them going more west into the other north tunnel that you saw before you sort of broke off. That's where they were gathering.
So go back to where I came from?
If you wish to rejoin them.
Well, Nithern, where do you think this orb is?
I really don't know. I was hoping we'd run into it where we went so far, but
There we go. I'll help you out a bit.
we don't seem to be.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, Mowgli. You should stick with the group. We need you. I don't know. It's got to be in here somewhere.
You look different, Mowgli. Younger, almost. Weird. Well, are we continuing this way or back the way we came?
Taween, you're the one that's good at scouting. Where do we go?
Yeah. Should probably keep an eye out for those hobgoblins. I'm sure they're around here somewhere.
That noise came from this way. It's the only thing that we heard living so far. If we're gonna, partly, I don't know if living is the right word, but if we're gonna capture something,
Let's move
Are
up
we-
here. They could be setting up a trap up here for us, though.
Yeah. Are we trying to capture something? I thought there was something to do with that orb.
I didn't say I was trying to capture anything. I was saying they were trying to capture us, probably.
I know that's what you said, but Nithirn said that we were trying to capture something.
that was the request that was given us.
I didn't realize you're
Were you not there, or was it the other guy?
what other guy?
Well, one of you were there before we went into the dream world. I wasn't sure if it was you or the other one.
I don't like you're talking about the last time we dreamed together. I don't like it was just darkness, and then I was in the kitchen cooking with you or something, chopping a chicken head off. I don't see how that pertains to our current situation, though.
All right. Well, I'm more convinced than ever with the two shadows.
What two shadows?
You have two
Why
shadows.
do I have two shadows?
'Cause
I
there's
saw
of
two
you.
shadows.
That's weird.
Wait a minute.
What? Two shadows.
Who is this?
Who's who?
Who are you?
I'm Fizz.
Then the other guy was here before.
I don't know what you mean about other guy.
Well, I only got an inkling of what's going on, and we haven't had a chance to talk about it. But yes, in our last stream, I saw things that were disturbing.
Hey, how come you're not signing?
That convinces me for sure. You're in trouble, Fizz.
Well, I mean, we're all in trouble. There's a bunch of hobgoblins around here somewhere.
No, you're in trouble within yourself. Look at your shadow.
I know, it's weird. There's two. That's kind of weird. It must be because of the lighting in here or something.
No.
That is
When
true.
Mowgli's.
Mowgli says no.
Now,
You
that
see it
Fizz
too, Mowgli,
mentioned-
right?
Yeah, Mowgli sees two shadows. No.
Now Fizz mentioned it. Why are you talking?
And Tywin, you don't sound.
Are there two of you too, Taween?
Tywin, you're not like you sound different, like more coherent. That's kind of weird. Have you been working on your common while you were a squirrel?
I just assumed you learned Elven, because that's why I'm talking.
I'm not speaking in Elven.
I'm not speaking in common.
Weird. It must be that shaman. You know, they do have a magic user with them. We got to be careful. Keep an eye out for those hobgoblins.
Bugbears. Where are you getting this hobgoblin?
Bugbears, sorry. Bugbears, yes.
Keep your 9 fresh, Fizz. You are my 3rd favorite human.
Is Fizz caught?
Huh?
Did we catch you? We
Catch
caught
me, huh?
you.
I don't understand, Mowgli.
Did we catch you?
You look very different. Is there a reason for that? Did you get a haircut or something? File your tusks down?
We caught you.
I mean, I don't feel caught. I'm not tied up or in manacles.
I think you did not want to get caught.
Oh, Mowgli, you think this is Fizz or you think this is the other one?
What's the other one?
I'm thinking the other way around.
Well, we should keep looking for that orb. I'm sure it has the answers.
He tries to distract.
Taween, as you're standing there next to the edge of this pit, you sort of glance over while they're talking, and you see at the bottom not that bloody mess and shackles and bones. Those are not present. However, you do see what looks like little motes of light, just sort of fist-sized or so. Various shades of colors sort of bobbing at the bottom of the pit. Kind of just slowly moving.
There's light down here or something.
That's weird. Hey,
What was there when we walked by when we came in?
You're asking me or them?
Them.
We haven't been through this part of the cave yet. Right? We left Holden, and we were on our way to get the orb, and now we're here in the cave, and we're going through it looking for the orb.
Yes, we need the orb to make sure I don't turn back into an elf.
So,
Yeah.
Fizz, you know that you're in a dream right now?
What?
Do you know that you're in the dream world right now?
I mean, what are you talking about? When we dream together, it's just two of us.
Taween, do you know that you're in the dream world right now?
I'd be news to me. I don't remember going to bed.
Yeah. When did we fall asleep? We left Holden. We camped out. Tyween woke up, and then we got here, and we're now going through the cave to find the orb.
Okay, I think I see.
Are you feeling okay, Nathan? You do look different, so Are you sure you're feeling okay?
Well, I can tell you this is the dream. Plenty of
Mowgli
experience.
knows we're in the
Yeah.
dream.
I mean, we sure are living the dream, Nithir. Let's find that orb, and then we can get back to Holden and get out of this cave. This weird cave.
Yeah. I'm not even sure how to know how to convince you.
Convince me of what?
We splash water in his face.
Don't do that, Mowgli. What? You've gotten my clothes wet.
That's how we wake him up.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll
Not
help.
water.
Not water.
No, I have to.
Water.
I thought you just said
Not water. Water. I mean, that's just a weird thing to say, Mowgli.
So your last memory is leaving Holden. You don't remember entering the bugbear cave or speaking to the shaman or her giving us the liquid to drink. Or not the mist, or her creating the mist that put us into this dream state. You don't remember any of that.
I mean, I heard that there might, like, I think Darius mentioned that there was a shaman here. I haven't met her personally.
Okay. So either you lost a bunch. How about you, Taween? What do you remember last?
I remember coming into this cave.
Remember meeting the shaman?
I remember meeting the shaman.
You remember the mist that she cast?
No.
So something that those crystals erased your memory?
I don't know. Maybe.
Are we wasting time here? Shouldn't we get moving?
You don't even know why you're moving.
We're getting the orb.
In
That's the plan, isn't it?
In the dream realm?
What's this nonsense about a dream realm? Certainly didn't. Certainly don't remember going into dream.
He's caught in a lie.
Yeah,
He
I think
has to believe the lie. He doesn't want to accept the truth. So he's caught in that loop.
I mean, does it matter? We got a thing to do. So let's track down where that noise was coming from.
I think the answer goes back to why you got caught in the lie in the first place.
I haven't lied about anything.
You've lied about everything. Your
Well,
fear of yours of being caught.
I mean, if we are in a dream world, then crazy shit can happen. Right?
it's true.
But if that is your greatest fear, then when you accept that, you can be freed from it.
What fear? I ain't got no fears.
Everyone has fears.
I bet you I scare you.
Only the weak have fears.
You know,
So you're
Mowgli,
weak?
you might be right. Do you know what my greatest fear is?
To lie?
Well, no, I just don't lie. That's a choice, not a fear.
To destroy? Hurt?
No, sometimes things need to be destroyed and hurt to keep balance.
To betray?
Or be betrayed is one of them. The loss of one you cared deeply for, whether it be real or through some other means. But that's not even my real biggest fear. It happened once when we were underground in the Dwarven caves. I lost my vision. I could neither hear nor feel except what was immediately below my feet, or see anything. I was nothing. And already here I lost my vision. Came back, it's diminished, but if I can't see and I can't hear, then I am nothing.
Well, then I suggest we figure this out. Find whatever that noise was. Maybe look at those light thingies over there and get the hell out of here.
I think Tywin's in the way. His fears are obstructing our path.
I fears.
In the
Don't
distance,
even know my fears.
in the distance, you all hear again.
Direction.
Hopefully, that sounded like it came from away and to the right.
Let's go.
Well,
You must
yep.
go. Come on.
You coming?
Sounded female this time.
What do you think of that statue, Fizz?
Think
Don't
it's a waste
have-
of time?
We don't have time to look at a statue. Let's go.
Do we think this is the direction?
Ooh.
It was somewhere to your right when you were standing back by that last pit.
Okay. No idea then.
Come on. She could be in trouble.
One difference as you guys enter into this space than for those that it applies to. What was the entrance is not an exit at this moment. It sort of just fades into rocky wall.
Looks
The
like a
river
dead
dipping
end.
underneath of it, much like some of these other spaces.
Hello? Can you hear me? I'm coming to save you.
I'm thinking we should keep going right. What do you guys think? Up or right?
This way.
Who hears that?
Mowgli. From the tunnel
Right?
to his right.
Oh, there it is.
Careful, Mowgli.
Taween.
Gets those bugbears around here.
Concerned about the bears.
As you all begin to enter into this chamber, you see a ritualistic-like chamber that none of you saw on your little tour through this place prior to this journey. That you were not taken this direction, perhaps for a good reason. As it seems, this cauldron is bubbling and boiling with this tar-like substance, though, like much of the other things in this space, it is out of focus and ephemeral to a certain degree. This circle, however, is not. It is lit with runes and this archaic, strange, stringy, almost wicked-looking design all around it. It glows softly a vibrant, greenish, golden color. In the center of it is a large entity of some sort. It looks to be mostly made of plant or vegetable matter. You see roots spiraling out in large columns from its back, all connected to the back of this thing that otherwise would look mostly humanoid. All of these roots begin vibrant and green and have a golden light about them, though as these giant stalks reach up and into the roof of the ceiling itself, they slowly wither and decay and turn much like all of the vines you saw all around the massive barrel in the tavern room. The creature that all of these stalks are attached to looks itself hollowish in a sense, withered, decayed, though there is still some source of life about it. In the dead center of its chest, you can see emanating from the cracks between its chest space this solid purple glow kind of emanating from within, and you can all see the hints and glimpses of some sort of ball or large fist-sized object. It looks like it has been shoved or punched into the chest of this creature itself, and that its skin or bark or whatever this is has sort of grown in an attempt to cover and re-fix this hole that was punched in it. And it just sort of hangs there limply. Help.
That's what it says?
Yes. Though it is not quite in a voice in and of itself like its mouth moves. It is sort of this creaky sound that kind of cacophonates together to produce intelligible language.
Does it appear that the vegetation around it is binding it?
Yes.
I wonder if this is the one the mighty mage Toby back at Holden.
Anybody who can make knowledge planes checks.
I think I got that one.
Sounds like a good time to use my 20.
You fucking snake.
No idea what it is.
Yeah. This is out.
Nope, no idea. Never seen it before.
Oh, here we go. Come on, fizzy, baby.
Oh. oh. Okay. Give me just a moment. I should have anticipated that. I just have to double check.
You gonna call out a rare knowledge check and
Barty
got
stuff.
that chambered in the barrel, ready to go?
That's true. That's true. There perhaps could have been other places to use that up to this point, though, so I wasn't quite sure.
I suppose. Fair.
There it is. Okay. With a 27, you get some information, but not the whole kit and caboodle. As the DC was 30. But what you do know, not so much the plant matter around it, but the core of this creature itself. Though it looks different, the light spills out through its cracks in this humanoid being's form, and you recall, you're not sure from where. It's more of a omic vision, we'll say. Your connection as a bard to the world around you. But those 4 stalks protruding from its backs, you know of another creature, though you can't recall its name. It is an outsider. It is of good nature, and it belongs to the pantheon of angels. And those 4 stalks might also be wings. Though clearly this thing looks bound and trapped in some way. You can see, as part of your pieces of information, that this creature likely possesses incredible regenerative abilities, as this protrusion into its chest seems to be in a constant slight fluctuation of damage and heal. And based on the fact that the core of this creature, though whether these facts remain true or not in its current state, if it is an angel-like being, it is likely immune to acid, cold, petrification, and highly resistant to generally magic, but also electricity and fire. And you would also know that angels often have a host of clerical divine powers that they have. Though, again, in this state, you're not sure.
I will not pass along all of that information. Okay. Seems like it's some sort of outsider. We should either probably leave it alone or put it out of its misery. It's a pretty strong thing, though. Can regenerate and immune to a lot of things. Acid, fire, cold.
This is probably the one that they're keeping alive, even though it should have died. This is what they're using the stone to keep for.
For player clarification, I'm basically just leaving out the fact that it's a good aligned outsider.
Yeah, I don't really care. Good or evil doesn't matter to me. The bindings to the sides. It looks like whatever those things are attached. How do they appear to be attached?
Straight into the backside. Like it's grown into it.
And, well, what are they attached to on the other side?
the ceiling, mostly. Some kind of arc off to that back wall.
Oh, I get. Okay, it looks like it's to the circle, so it's not. It's not like he's laying down into a circle. It's like
No,
Jammed
it
up the wall.
is standing vertical, sort of with maybe a foot or so underneath its feet, suspended in the air by all of this massive vines and tentacles and thorns that are growing out along its backside up into the ceiling and walls.
from back here and above it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, all above it, and then some of them arc out back here and out over here, and there's nothing that runs along the ground over this like circle though on the ground that it seems to be caught up in.
The
What's in this cauldron?
Do I think this thing can hear me if I yell at it?
Certainly try. Perception check, Fizz, on the cauldron.
Hey, you!
Yeah. Yes. You have arrived.
Are these bugbears
saviors.
keeping you alive or prisoned in some way?
I am but a decaying vessel. Summoned here. Unable to leave.
Yep.
Mutilated. Attacked. Against my will.
I think this is the one the mage told me about. If we take the stone out of this place, he should die or whatever. Do you want to die?
I want to be free.
All right.
Is that about a 15 by 15 foot square, Navarre? Something like that?
Roughly.
Oops. I jump up there and I do Earth and Tomb.
Okay.
15
So
by 15. I actually can end up at the top of the wall as it goes up. 15 by
One
15,
moment.
5-foot wall around it.
on that note, and I noticed Tywin stepped up a little bit as well. As soon as you try and cross the threshold of this circle, you are met with some sort of force that stops you.
Okay. Well, I still cause the 15 by 15 foot wall around him.
In that square that you drew.
Around him, right? To cut the vines off.
Okay.
15 foot
The magic.
wide, 15 foot tall,
This
5 foot thick.
Your effect does not seem to penetrate whatever this field is in front of you.
He moved.
Hmm?
Okay. So did I use up an intention trying?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Well, this looks like pretty delicious soup.
Okay. Yeah, you failed anyway.
Yeah, I used Terra's Embrace. Create a Gardener's Respite.
Which one's that again?
5 foot
That's the
diameter,
big
15
bloom.
foot. That's the big one. And I'm trying to encircle it
Okay.
using the artifact.
Yes. So, because you're using an artifact, this effect does penetrate the barrier. And much of the vines and growths up along it sprout with more leaves, become greener, look healthier. And the rest of, what little sprouts of vegetation are here sort of flourish even more so.
Well, hang on. This is the one that creates the circle of stones with a barrier.
Oh, you're doing the wall one. Got it.
Yeah, the big one, and I'm trying to destroy the magic around that holds those vines, and trying to create a wall around it, so that he's on the inside.
I see.
8 charges. 8 charges.
Okay, I see.
My intention is to try to destroy this shrine and cut off the vines connecting to the walls.
Yeah, so we're in a bit of a strange pickle because that ability, the number of pillars, the way they have to be connected, is much larger than this space you're trying to encircle around it.
Well,
Also,
20 of them, 5 foot. I could put them all right next to each other and just jam them in there. I can fit 20 in around him with a doorway.
they're each 5 foot wide.
Right. So if you block off 25 foot squares, I can do it any shape. So I should be able to pick all the squares everywhere around here. And then even go off, have like an outshoot that, goes off and creates like they don't have to be in a perfect circle. They could theoretically zoom out and around, whatever.
So the square
Okay.
I made is exactly 20. Well, 19, and then you'd have an extra one.
Yep. So you see as this effect is produced, and all of these stone columns begin to rise out of the ground, it completely breaks and shatters a lot of this stonework, and you see a lot of the lights surrounding this thing begin to flicker and eventually go out. You see the wall itself does rise and chop a lot of the vegetation, and it goes all the way to the ceiling. So now it's effectively in a cylinder.
Yeah, but I can I push through now to get into there? Did it break
You
enough
can.
to be able to?
You can. You do see that there are still the main 4 stalks, though, that connect directly to the ceiling.
I'm gonna attack them, the stalks.
Okay. Go ahead. What sort of
I don't know
attack?
about you, Ty.
What's that?
What sort of attack?
Everything. I'll start with the striking it, and if I have to, I'll use Wave Blade. Whatever I think I need to do in order to destroy the vines.
Roll an attack for whatever your first attack is.
Seems like a bad idea to me, Tywin. What about you?
Okay.
And yeah.
I don't think I can stop her at this point.
Nope. Do you see that egg lying around anywhere? Or
And I use Shattering Defense. I'm sorry, I didn't call it out though. Never mind. And I didn't have the electric up, so there's no electric damage.
No.
Oh, it rolled zeros anyway. That's right. I set the macro up right. So if I don't have it on, it doesn't do it.
Right.
I like the new armor, Tywin. Looks good on you.
I don't know where it came from. Reminds me of the armor I used to wear, though.
Yeah? Steal it from somebody or something, then?
No. Humans wouldn't have fine crafted armor like this.
Okay. So are you doing that full round attack as your flurry?
Yeah. You hit and a flare of blows. I got it all going. Only thing I forgot to do is call the
Shattering strike.
punch.
Yeah.
Shattering
Either
strike.
way, that doesn't matter in this instance. So your first 2 strikes land true on the first of the nearest stalks near you. You bash through them mercilessly, completely severing this first stalk. You then throw your next punch at the second one. Sorry. For another that, and the third one for another that. Okay. And it is here that something happens. Oh, also, you take 15 points of piercing damage across all of those strikes, as each time you hit a stalk, some of the thorns and the nastiness of it came back and hit you, or damaged you in the process.
Not an AoE or anything like that, just a direct, like a thorny something, right? Or whatever they
Right.
call that.
Right. A thorns type effect.
Right.
On that note, you hear the creature. Sparked ones! Sparked ones are here! You will save me! And that is when you hear a horrible, sloughing, creaking, and groaning sound from the vines themselves as the one that has been broken begins to coalesce and droop and slop to the ground like a giant wet paper towel.
I could use some help here.
And now we roll initiative. Boop! Oops. That is
Time.
not what I wanted to do.
It's Tyween time.
Uh-huh.
I was on the wrong layer when I grabbed all that.
Roll initiative. I forget what that is.
And as we
Roll
get in,
initiative for me.
yeah, I have the thing where I select everybody and grab it all, and it auto rolls everything in, except for Tyween, who just re-rolled his. So now he gets whatever that new number is. Because if I change it, it's gonna fuck up the whole macro. Huh?
You said roll initiative.
I meant just we're in general going into combat, as I have that macro and I've been rolling our initiatives for months. So.
Yeah, I know. I forgot about that.
Well, your forgetfulness puts you behind Mowgli. Because if I fuck with that number, the whole macro breaks. And as we step into this combat, let's go ahead and take a quick couple-minute break. I need to run to the bathroom and grab a new water. Come on, break screen. Load. Alright, we'll be right back, stream.
Okay. You guys surprised that Nithyann did this?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yay! I get to move first.
With your mega handicap, huh? Are you losing spellcasting ability?
Yeah, I was actually gonna. I was debating whether or not to like jump in and be like, "Oh yeah, no, Nithyann, let me try and dispel this ring," and then do an attempt and no rolls, and just be like, "Oh, it failed. I guess my game must be off today."
You did it. You did. Understood. You did it before with Mowgli trying to capture Mowgli, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Got it. I would have been fine if you would have said it didn't work. I was just trying things. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if it was supposed to make like a full on wall, then why not just use like wall of stone? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
got it. Got it. Yeah, and again, you know, it's as written, it doesn't have to be like a perfect circle or anything like that either. You said that it could be like any shape, so I could have shaped it around the cavern a little bit to make it work. So, but anyway, that's fine. You do it however you want. Hmm. That's right. Just leave it to a player. Leave it to a player. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like miner's defense is combat.
I want to know, Mark,
Yeah.
who do you think I currently am right now?
As a player or as a character? As a character, I have no clue. But the character suspects that either one of two things happen: either you lost some of your memory, or you're Fizz now and you weren't before. That's what the character thinks. Me as a player, I honestly have no idea.
that's, that's so good.
It could be one way or the other. I don't know which direction it is,
Yeah.
or you just lost your memory.
Yeah.
And the reason because Taween keeps acting like he lost his memory too.
Yeah.
So if it's just that you both lost your memory from interacting with that with those crystals, that's one thing. But who's active, you or what's the name you gave to the other one?
Nightmare.
Nightmare. Whether it's Fizz or Nightmare active, I don't know, and I don't know how to test you because I don't know how much of your memory. I don't know enough as a character how to
Yeah.
discern whether or not you're you or Nightmare, or if they have the same memories or not. I don't know
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and so I just know there's two, and I don't, and it feels like something's up,
Yeah.
but that's fine. Not knowing is fine, you know.
I know it was just yeah. Crazy,
Six
crazy times.
six one way, half dozen the other. You know, it really doesn't
Yeah.
matter which way it is.
Yeah.
And Nithirn is not judgmental of you for it. She's just concerned. She mentioned it, her fear about
Yeah.
losing somebody that she cares for, whether it
Yeah.
be physically or mentally, would be the same thing.
Yeah.
That's her point of view. You can be good, you can be evil. She doesn't care as long as you got a purpose.
Interesting. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Completely different experience. Right?
And we have returned. So, oh no, the music. Nope, not that. Where's my combat music? There it is. No, not that. Which one have I liked the most recently? This one, I think. All right. So, as Nithyrn strikes free one of the 4 viney tendrils that hold this being aloft, the mass of plant matter drops to the ground. Fizz, at the top of your round, I need a will saving throw.
Okay.
Okie dokes. Carry on, as it is your turn.
Okay. Well, I guess this is what's going on. I'm gonna take Ormir, smack the wall beside me, start up a bardic performance. The metal rings, and then so that's, I believe that's makes it a swift. So I will then cast Allegro on myself, because I'm still capable of casting that spell. And then I will proceed to move behind the cauldron. And that's my turn.
All right.
That's +2/+2, right?
To attack and damage, I believe so.
Just make sure.
The mass of plant matter because it's about to move, I actually have to have the rest of you make your will saves now. Everybody but Fizz needs a will save.
Oh, that sucks.
Do any of your things apply? It is that effect. You charm, compulsion, spell like enchantment. It is none of those. Okay. And then I need Mowgli's will save, which would be in defense. There you are. Excellent. Okie dokes.
Fear, paralysis, sleep, etc. So,
Okay. All 3 of you fail. So the first thing that catches you about this mass of vines is its incredible sweet smell. However, just as it begins to move, it looks as if someone is emerging from within it. Someone is escaping these vines. For you, Nithyrn, it looks as if your brother... Sorry, not your brother. One moment.
Correction, it was only a move, so I had rather than a standard.
Oh, do you still have a standard?
Yeah,
oh, I see.
I had a
If you have a standard, just still take. Go ahead.
Oh,
and
wait.
take that real quick.
Nope, sorry. I'm 7th level. I can. It was a swift. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Nithyrn, you see your mentor trying to escape from the vines. You are compelled to go and help him. Though not in a way in which would damage the vines, as you believe that would hurt him as well.
Okay.
Taween, you see your long-lost love trying to escape in a similar fashion from the vines, if only she might have your help. And Mowgli, you see a sight and a memory that you have not in a very long time. You see the sight and visage of your mother. Whatever remains of Mowgli's mother through all of his torment and torture suddenly comes rushing back to you. Bits and pieces of your old life flow with this memory, and you feel compelled to save her from this. That being said, it takes its turn. And as you are all compelled as such, it does not provoke as it moves through and past you. As it goes up to Fizz, the one who went away from it and was not enraptured toward it, knowing its sweet smell did not capture him. It comes up and is going to attempt to reach out with its tangling mass of vines at you. 21 versus AC.
AC or CMD? I
Armor
guess it
class.
doesn't matter. Yeah, that beats it. Beats me.
22 bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
And you were probably grappled.
Yeah.
This thing's turn, which has not quite been titled yet. Where is it? I thought I had its name there. That's okay. Shoot. Gotta get back to that folder. There. Okay. This thing. Alright. With the one part of it that is free, that tendril was attached to its right arm, and it now has a bit of mobility with its right arm. With that arm, it reaches out and outstretches a hand towards Fizz.
Oh, wow.
It's not fully reached, just like it's not reaching the whole way, just toward his direction.
I got it.
And Fizz, you are now affected by the spell Righteous Might. Normally, ignore the normal effects of what it can target. This thing is able to bestow it upon you.
Okay.
So your height immediately doubles. Your weight increases by a factor of 8. You become one size category larger. You get +4 strength and constitution, -2 dexterity, +2 natural armor, DR5/evil. Sorry, that is DR10/evil. And you get to make a CMB check against the grapple as your size is changing and things are changing.
Okay.
With your new
Super
modifier.
Fizz.
Which should be whatever your CMB was, +2. at the end of the day.
Yeah. I'm just punching in the temporary adjustments.
Yep.
For the ability scores. Okay. So CMB, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is not.
No, you don't break free. But there was an attempt.
I guess 19 because of singing steals minusing 1.
Yeah, nope. Still does not succeed. And you see where there was that one stalk that was attached to it, instead, a brilliant, wispy blue light in the form of a wing. Though not like a bird's wing. Think more fairy or butterfly of that nature.
Okay.
Mowgli. Specifically, the effect you are currently under, and that goes for all three of you, you are enraptured and are compelled to approach it.
What about attacking it? Do we not want to attack it?
Let me look at the root spell real quick, because it's vague.
So I'm about to say, I'm already right next to it.
If you would be okay with attacking your loved one. I mean, you would be swinging at what you believe to be your loved one trapped in these vines. Any attacking of the vines is very likely to hit them as well. If you full force swing. Keep that in mind.
I would want to free her from the vines.
Sure. If you choose through damage and that potentially damages her, then that's your call. I think you're muted, Mike. I see a little red thing on your mic. Yep, there you go.
Can I just grapple?
Absolutely. That would be a CMB. I believe it is under the attacks section.
Yeah. Oh, CMB. Okay, I got it.
He doesn't have any kind of a charge grapple thing, does he? Nah, it doesn't matter anyway.
I mean, he could have been charging, and we'll say that. That's a 23. You're also flanking, so that's 25. Let me just look at its CMD. There it is. Okay. You also have a hold of it and are part of... I don't know how that works. James, what happens when he enters the grapple?
That's a good question.
Multi-grapplers.
Because this is like a chained grapple, basically, right?
So I guess here would be my question for you, Mowgli. I'll throw it this way: do you want to either aid Fizz by pulling it off of him and onto you, or are you trying to be the one in control of the grapple itself?
I'm trying to aid Fizz, is my goal.
Okay. So we'll say in this instance, Fizz is ungrappled, and Mowgli becomes the one that it's grappling. And they are now locked in that grapple.
Okay.
So, but
yeah,
Fizz
I
is
mean,
free.
do
Yes.
what you want to do based on size, or whatever you want to do. But I mean, personally, based on size, I would be like, well, he's grappling, but is he able, like, because if I'm large right now and it's still bigger than me, then
Huge.
he's huge, and
2 sizes greater than medium.
although he can grapple, I don't think he certainly can't pin him. So.
Right. No, he won't be able to pin or anything, but I'll say for this instances, he's able to shift its focus enough to get you out, since he succeeded.
I mean, I'll take that.
He's really just sort of subbing his role in for yours and then auto-failing his.
Yeah.
So, Taween.
I guess this turn. I will not attack yet. But I will. He's mad that he's seeing his loved one now tangled up in vines, so he's, of course, going to blood rage.
Since this would be the first time Mike has experienced this from Taween, why don't you re-describe what your blood rage is? Because it's been a while anyway.
Yeah. Tyween would. He doesn't really show his emotions that well, so you wouldn't see him screaming or getting mad or anything. He's more of the silent type of being mad, as he's quiet, but he's studied on what he wants to do. And then as his body starts to vein up from the changes of his body from blood raging, you start to watch his joints start to break out of place and then extend as his arms break out of the shoulder joints, his arms break out of the elbow joints, his legs break out of his knee joints, and now he's about he's about 2.5 feet taller. His arms are about 2.5 feet longer, as now he's gained the ability to attack 10 feet away from him. His body mutating and being all weird like. He's very weird.
He's going Hulk. I get it.
He's not going Hulk. He's more or less. He's actually getting less skinnier. He's just getting lankier. He's not getting stronger. He's getting lankier.
Think lanky Mario.
Yeah.
I'm too old for Mario.
No, you're not. That's like when it came around when you were a kid.
I mean, lanky Mario,
No.
I think, is a Mario Maker thing. So
Oh,
Okay,
that was like
fair
90s.
enough.
I was like married when that happened.
Oh, okay. So you're blood raging. Anything you're doing
Alright,
with the rest of
blood
your...
raging. And then I'm also going to. Do I see the actual monster?
No, it is your loved one that's just tied up, wrapped up in a bunch of vines. There is no monster here before you. A bunch of vines fell from the ceiling once it detached from that creature. As the vines started to shamble and shift and kind of stand up, you saw what was likely causing that was your loved one trying to escape from them.
Fuck, I don't even know what. I feel like doing that stuff would be me getting into attack mode.
It's a little tough to roleplay, especially in a combat when it's your mental faculties are shifted so much.
Guess I would reach out and try to pull her out.
Okay. CMB check, I guess.
Like that's also like what do
Join the pile.
you do?
+2 for having Mowgli also grappling. No flanking bonus.
You actually gain control And we'll say Mowgli's aiding you at this point if he continues to upkeep his grapple. I think that's about how it would fall out anyway.
Yeah, he would have to decide to maintain along with Tyween, I think. Yeah.
Excellent. Ithirn.
Okay, so I'm gonna burn a key, pop up bark skin,
Mm-hmm.
and then as a move, I have to get down there because I have to help my sensei. That's it. That's my turn.
Okay. Fizz. All your friends are...
Do we get another roll at any point, or?
It's based on something the creature does.
Okay, got it.
So free action, maintain bardic inspiration. I mean, guys, we got to do something here. Why are you guys just standing around gawking at the thing? And then I'm gonna take Boromir, and I'm hasted right now. Still,
You are.
so I'm gonna swing twice. Swing for the moon, baby.
Bada. Okay,
Down.
now it does
And you're
not.
flanking, and
Let's-
it's grappled.
Yep. So that means it's losing -4 to Dex, -2 to AC. So a net minus what? 4 to AC. I believe.
And the grappling effect would be.
Yeah, that would be from the grapple.
No, the grappling. Yes. So he's yay complication. He takes a -4 penalty to dexterity.
Yeah,
for being
which is
grappled.
basically a -2. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have +2 from flanking, so it's a 4-point swing. Got it. Okay. So the first strike will hit. The second one, however, just sort of scathes off of its outer form.
Okay, and it does 2 bonus damage if it's of Earth subtype, but it's probably not.
Negatory.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But boom, baby!
Excellent. A mighty hit. Its turn. Okay, it's about to break its mirage on all of you as it now has you where it wants it, which is holding it.
I'm not holding it.
Yeah, you haven't fully, but the majority of the people are holding it.
Okay.
That is the intention behind Mirage, to pull everybody in close. Yes, so now it is going to Great Cleave. Starting with Fizz. That's what it attacked last time.
Come at me, bro.
12 points of bludgeoning damage as a mass of
My DR10
vines.
apply? DR10 evil?
Yes, it is not evil, so it does not bypass this. So it does not. Yeah, it applies. Only evil bypass. Only an evil source bypasses your DR.
I understand.
You
DR
have
now.
DR10 to everything but evil.
Okay.
And energy damage and magic, but that's different. Going next, I'll just go counterclockwise. Tyween. 26 versus AC.
Yeah.
Doesn't
That is
its roll? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Huh? 11
Keep going.
points. Of bludgeoning damage. Nithirn, 32 versus AC.
Yeah, that hit.
14 points of bludgeoning damage. Mowgli, a 32 is definitely going to hit you. You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage. And you, Mowgli, you haven't activated your rage yet, have you?
No.
Or did you intend to when you went to grab? I think you're muted.
Yeah, he is.
No.
Okay, cool. In that case, it is the full 18. Do keep in mind when you do rage, you have that DR1 now. That ends its turn as it spins in a circle, whipping and bashing you all with a clump of vines. That breaks the mirage it was holding over you as you all see it for what it really is. This mass of viney plant matter somehow animated to life under whatever horrible circumstances. The creature, still trapped and hanging, is going to nope, that's not helpful. Sorry, I'm dealing with a spellcaster. Kind of.
Fun times.
Okay, Fizz.
Yeah.
You are affected by the aid spell. You get +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and saving throws against fear effects. That might overlap with your song, so that might not matter. However, you do also gain 12 temporary hit points.
Jesus. So my song is attack rolls and damage. It's not.
Is it a morale bonus? Oh. Yeah, but if it's a morale bonus, the +1 attack roll bonus from aid won't stack.
Oh, okay, but like,
Yeah.
there was other bonuses, right?
Yeah, it's +1 morale on attack and saves versus fear. And the temp.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, that's all it can do. Mowgli, you see it for what it is, and you may choose to maintain your grapple with Tawin if you wish, or you can end it and have your full complement of round to do whatever you'd like.
I'm gonna do the full round.
Rage.
I'm raged.
Excellent. Make sure you turn that buff on, and you can go ahead and do your full round attack button.
I think I have it on. So that would be
In attack.
0, right?
Huh? What?
0?
0 what?
My full round range.
Which one? I believe so. I believe it's the first one. Yep,
Oh,
that is accurate. That is if you were wishing to power attack, which that's a really good roll, so we'll go with it.
bite. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
because there's
Surprise.
+2 and all that too.
Yeah. Did not have my crit hit generator up because that is gonna hit and it's gonna confirm.
Oh,
Yeah, some crits on there.
Jesus! Like double
32,
confirm-
32.
Yeah.
You should
Firstly,
get another crit for that, you know?
I do not do
Should get-
cascading crits.
I know, I'm
that would
kidding,
be
I'm
insane.
Well, it
But
wouldn't
that
happen very
first
often,
strike
but it would be cool.
bashes this thing for 29 damage. The second one, this is a critical hit. It is a bludgeoning weapon.
+2 if he doesn't have my buff.
Thank
on
you.
on his
Thank
sheet.
you.
So even more damage. Jesus.
I know, it's awesome.
Jesus, it's gonna be like 100 damage.
What is
He's
happening?
a killer.
50 to 100 damage. Somewhere in that range.
Come on,
Yeah.
critical hit generator. There we go. Crunch! Double damage, and the target is nauseated for 1 round unless it makes a fortitude save.
Nice.
Although
Yeah, it's probably.
its fort is pretty high.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So it
Okay,
won't be
that's
nauseated. However, you still hit it for on that second hit, 46 damage.
Yeah.
That's a good hit.
If you want to
Let's
double
see.
that, that's going to be 92, I think.
Well,
It's
no,
already
the crit
doubled.
is the double. The crit
Okay.
is the double.
46 minus.
Jeez.
Okay.
Yeah, those are gonna get-
Say goodbye, vigor.
Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye.
And then the bite misses. However, a brutal assault as Mowgli is, I imagine, furious that he has been duped in this way and just unloads on the top of this thing. Not that it really has a head, but if it did, it would not be looking fantastic in the head.
So
Tao-
Mowgli never speaks. Does he say anything when he does this? I'd like to hear if you do.
It'd be more of a growl.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because he's
happy with his
bashing,
success.
and he's also going in for that bite, so a growl makes sense.
Yeah.
Taween, would you like to
What type
maintain the grapple?
No, I'm gonna let go.
Okay.
That's not my style. What type of damage did it do to me?
It's been doing bludgeoning. It's just been the sheer force of all of the vines and plant growth hitting you.
I know, but that matters to me.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so if it did bludgeoning damage, that means I can't do that unless I do this. So I'm going to take a point of wound damage.
As Taween grabs a small little black dagger from his hilt, or I guess you just put your hand down to it and like slice your hand against it.
Yep, and black blood starts to drip out of where he cut himself, and you'll spread that blood against his spear, and attacks.
Before you make your attacks, oh, strange thing, but I need a will save. We're still in the dream realm.
Sure.
Okay. Taween, you cannot willingly end your blood rage until I say otherwise. Even if you run out of rounds. Continue.
No attack.
Full round. You probably BAB where you get multiple hits now too, right?
Yeah. And I have it generated in there.
Excellent. First spear strike stabs straight into it. The second one, however, you catch in between a bunch of vines. You still stab into it, but you don't hit anything of substance.
All right, and then it takes for that first one. It takes
Yep.
5 extra cold damage.
You got it. Let me just make sure. Ooh. The cold frost sort of starts to envelop around the edges of its vine plant matter, but as it's moving and wriggling, it just sort of sloughs it off, seemingly having no effect.
Okay. Fine.
Can't kill an invasive species of plants with a little frost. Any sort of 5-foot step for you, since you did a full round.
Sure, I'll take a 5-foot step back.
All right.
I can
Nithir.
still attack from here.
Okay, so this time I'm going to remember to do my my strike. I don't know if it has any DR or whatever. So on the first attack.
I will say you have noticed there is a little bit of resistance to some of the attack, most of the attacks people are using.
Okay.
That 30 will certainly hit. Just that 6 damage, not. There's no extra coming from elsewhere.
No, there's no
Oh,
electrical
I see.
damage, but then the
Okay.
intimidate's kicking in if it gets intimidated.
And then there's that one.
Does not apply. Second strike. I keep forgetting about Fizz's buff. Or are you adding Fizz's buff?
No, I do not have Fizz's buff in there. So add
Okay,
2
cool.
instead.
And then the nat 1. Is that my effective 4th roll? Overextend. You provoke an attack of opportunity from all adjacent opponents. Let me do that real quick. Oh, does 21 hit you? That might not.
Does not. I duck out.
Oh, dang. And the 4th strike goes wide.
Okay, it does intimidate. It's got a 35 on the intimidate roll is the biggest one. So
Doesn't matter. It's mindless.
okay.
It's a plant.
Then I too will step back 5 foot. Not that it matters, but do it well. Hang on. Do I think it has an additional attack of opportunity? No, it doesn't matter. I did a full round. Okay, 5 foot.
Fizz.
Yes. Is it avoiding the cauldron in front of me or no?
Not particularly.
Okay. Well then.
In fact, here's an interesting note. Its mass should have knocked this cauldron over at this point, between you enlarging and it grappling you and all the tussle. It's strange. It has that ephemeral feel to it, and it doesn't seem to be physically affected by you guys in this space right now. Like,
Well,
it's there as an object, a barrier, like physically there, and something in your way, but it doesn't seem that you can affect it.
Interesting. Well, guys, it's about time you started pulling your weight. Maintain bardic performance. And we're going to swing twice again with Ormir.
Yeah, I had that thing fucking grappled. What are you talking about?
The second strike lands true as you bash it across, splintering more of the vines, taking off another chunk of it. Let's see. It just got annihilated by Mowgli, and it does not like that. So it is going to turn and double slam Mowgli. Oh boy. Natural
Nat
One. Yay.
Before the nat 1 happens, you do take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, Mowgli, since you have DR. And its second strike against you. Oh no. Not the weak point. Its second strike. You just got some new armor, didn't you, Mowgli? Or do you still have the same?
Well,
If I recall.
Did you roll a crit effect or a fail effect?
A crit fail.
Okay. Interesting.
I do have
So. Go ahead. Sorry.
armor, but go ahead.
Okay. Not that it's really going to matter in terms of the armor. The armor does take 2 points of damage. We're not, just don't worry about that. And it takes 6 points of damage as it hits you in the hardest part that your armor has. Dead on, in the worst angle. Not only does it take 6 points of damage, but one of its 2 slam attacks cannot be used next round.
If it has the next round.
That's a very good point.
Mowgli's
We'll find
next.
out. Come on, Mowgli. Oh, swing at it.
The creature's turn. Where is its thing? Where is that? It says it's that, but it doesn't give me a hyperlink for that. Excellent. With its arm free and Taween being relatively close and within its reach, it reaches out the arm towards... actually, no, not Taween, because Taween's being a black blood nasty man. Nithirn, it reaches out and touches you. You see this arm sort of come up as you're like taking your stance, and you feel it envelop your hand with its sort of kind of weak, frail hand. And there is a white, holy light that is infused into your hands. You...
Okay.
deal an additional 2d6 damage on all your strikes, untyped.
Okay.
Mowgli.
He's raging.
Yep.
Here it comes.
Oh, that was your single strike, your single bite attack. If that's not what you meant to do.
Who wants to do the bite?
The zero.
It'll be zero,
whatever
right?
you
I'm
did
sorry.
last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one.
Alrighty. The first and the third one, you actually bite it. The first, you bash down with that great club, smashing a whole side of it into dust. The vines just shrapnel all over the ground. As these pieces are breaking off of the creature, they're landing on the ground and sort of melting and liquefying into that black tar-like ooze.
Oh, Mowgli.
And then you bite onto it. And you deal 17 more damage. The bleed,
And-
unfortunately, does not affect. What?
And he can do a free grab because of that thing that he took, right?
Yes, that's right. Since you're raging and have your bite attack, and you've hit with your bite attack, if you'd like, you can, for free, roll a CMB to keep it held in your mouth.
Okay.
And start to manhandle it. Unfortunately, that's actually, yeah.
+2.
Wait, you're +2, flanking 24. It has minus that because of reasons at the moment. Just barely. You grab onto the mass, what's left in your mouth. You're holding your club. Like a dog with a chew toy. That's way too big for it. Excellent. Taween.
Tyween will. Tyween's going to strike again.
Mm-hmm.
As he's in his spot. Reaching over with his super long arms and stabbing at it.
The first one will strike its blow.
Just because I still get it, might not do anything. 1 cold damage.
Negative. As Taween stabs into it a couple of more times, avoiding Mowgli and his chewing on it. Nithir, and your hands are enhanced with holy energies.
What do I need to do to get back up here?
For what?
I'm back up on the wall. I'm gonna start smacking at the mines.
Oh, yeah. If you're adjacent to it, you're more than able to strike.
Okay, hopefully I added the 1d6 to see if it works or not.
It's 2d6.
Oh, 2d6. Well, I did it wrong then.
Just roll 4d6 more, one for each attack, and then if they hit, I'll apply them as they go. All of those are gonna hit. Crit is gonna confirm. So yeah, just four more d6. Okay. Let's see. Do you have enough to just blast them all down? That electric damage is there too?
No. Nope.
Okay.
Sorry, that's something weird. The formula.
No worries. So that's 9, 14. Actually, so the first strike blasts one of the vines.
Oh no, I'm wrong. That's that 1d6. Those are the rolls I did on the formula.
I see what's happening. I see what's happening. Either way, that first strike...
It's not electrical, it's regular damage. Go ahead.
Got it. Obliterates the second vine. Between the second and third attack, you obliterate the third vine. And the fourth attack that's the crit, which confirms for 7. I'm just going to double the damage. 14, 17, and the last d6. Okay. All 3 vines get just... Nithyrn gets up there and just starts hammering away, blasting and clearing away at all of the vines. They start to crumble and shatter off of the top of the creature, and as the last hit is struck, the creature drops that last foot into its knees and hangs its head down low. And there's a moment where everything seems to stand still as all 4 wispy blue light airy wings blast from its back in this brilliant manner. The creature itself, not that this matters in this case, but to put the scope of it, it begins to glow like the sun, shining a light in a radius of 1 mile. And this light automatically dispels and shines through any darkness spell that exists in this 1 mile radius. It is effectively true sunlight for all intents and purposes towards vampires, undead, or anything that might be hurt by the actual sun. So that is a perspective as to this thing is washing the room in white right now. As this blast of contained energy explodes from within it. The 3 remaining vine stalks get thrown to the far corners of the room, where they all begin to shamble to life. However, you see that this thing, which I will now tell you its name, the Anima of Change, transforms.
Holy shit.
And becomes fully battle ready. And at the top of that round is where we'll pick it up on Thursday.
Is everybody good for Thursday? Tim?
Yeah.
Or whenever we play next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good Thursday.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Holy crap. What is that thing called again?
The Anima of Change. Look up the word anima as well, if you don't know what that word means specifically. Or I'll read it out for chat as well, actually, before I send them off to the void. It is often considered the feminine part of a man's personality, or it is also in historical context referred to as the soul, especially the irrational part of the soul as distinguished from the rational mind.
Bring it on.
So, until this Thursday, let me go send stream off real quick, and I shall return. All right, stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this session of Renaissance of the Antiquities. Join us this Thursday, 7 p.m. EST, for the next leg of this journey, where we see the massive battle between the various plant-like creatures, aided by the anima of change in the dream realm, and we see where this takes us. Until then, this Wednesday, you can come and check us out as well, this 7 p.m. EST, and view the player Fizz's game that he runs. It's a good time. It's a Starfinder game, and I think you guys would enjoy it. But until then, have safe travels and happy adventures, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night.